The Perfect World's One Punch Man World is a new action game based on the global hit anime One Punch Man, coming to PC, iOS, and Android later this year. And joining me right now to chat about the game are Terry Lee, General Manager of Crunchyroll Games, and Kyong Kim, the Senior Director of Production at Crunchyroll Games. Welcome, guys. This is great. So we're here to talk about One Punch Man World, which is the product of a team up between Crunchyroll Games and Studio Perfect World, which is known for titles like Tower of Fantasy. Now, I'm kind of curious, what's been the most rewarding part of this partnership?
It's been an amazing relationship between us and Perfect World. Crunchyroll was really chosen to take on the publishing because we understand the anime audience. We have such a broad reach with the anime community in the West. But for those of you who don't know, Perfect World is an amazing studio based out of China. They're one of the premier studios there. They've done a lot of different games, and they're really well known for these cross-platform action-based games. And so, a big part of our relationship and our collaboration is just this natural groove that we have when working together. They understand us, we understand them. They trust us, we trust them. And so that mutual trust has really built a foundation for a pretty solid relationship, and we think that will show through once we launch the game.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. And Kyong, how's it been for you?
They've been wonderful partners through and through, and it's been a pleasure working with them, and I'm sure the fans will enjoy what they produce.
From what I've seen, it looks phenomenal. Now, we all know the story. Manga fans and anime fans know the story of One Punch Man, which is a story of a superhero who can defeat his enemies with a single punch. So how does One Punch Man World balance fulfilling that power fantasy while still providing engaging gameplay for its fans?
So that's a wonderful question. A lot of fans are wondering about it as well. Well, see, the game One Punch Man World is based on the anime. And that means that all the iconic moments from the show are sprinkled all throughout the gameplay. One notable one is when Saitama is going to sleep and he has a dream sequence where he finally meets a worthy adversary and the Subterranean King. And the players have a chance to play through that battle and experience Saitama directly.
So yeah, you mentioned the anime storyline. I'm also kind of curious, will it feature like any new narrative?
I think, we want to do a combination of both, right?
Yep.
So when we're trying to bring these games out to our fans, there's a big part of the game where we want our fans to relive key iconic moments of the anime series through the game, and we hope to do that through bringing in pivotal moments from the first season. But there is a lot of elements where we want to give fans and players a new perspective on the same events, or potentially add new elements to the game. I think Kyung has a lot to add here.
Right. So a lot of characters that sometimes don't get the spotlight in the show, or could use a little bit of fleshing out, now they have a chance where side missions and character trials are in the game, where players will get to experience new tidbits of story that are between the major beats of the anime.
Yeah, you mentioned these other characters. One of my favorites is Moomin Rider, one of my all-time favorites in One Punch Man. So we know Saitama's going to be in there, Genos as well. What can you tell us about the other playable characters?
Sure. The roster is vast. The series has a lot of colorful and fun, interesting characters, including Atomic Samurai, Silver Fang, the like. And one of my personal favorites, Lightning Max, he is somebody that a lot of players will get to play with from the start. And this character is really fast and has a high skill ceiling. The developers baked in a lot of cool abilities for each individual character. And we hope the players will enjoy him as much as I did.
Now, with One Punch Man's the world, it's a very unique location. What areas can we expect to kind of explore, and what can we do there?
So the world of One Punch Man really likes to emulate the world inside the anime. So we have cities like A City, Z City, where Saitama lives, and it has a lot of other facilities like an arcade or a convenience store that we see Saitama running to and getting his sales from. And there's lots of little mini games that people can play inside those arcades, and other cool locations to check out.
And this is a multiplayer cross-platform game, so it's on PC, iOS, and Android. I want you to talk to us about that. How is that going to work exactly?
Yeah, I mean, it was really important for us to bring this game to as many platforms as possible, to let as many fans enjoy this game as possible. It's a very high quality production game, as you guys can see from the footage. And so to accomplish that, we are very confident that the game itself would reach a lot of folks. We enabled full cross-platform party matching, which means that you basically can play this game and see players from all across mobile and PC worlds. And in doing so, the hope is that we create as broad of a player base as possible.
Now, looking at the gameplay footage, this is a particular party right here. So what are all or some or all of the activities that you can do with your party?
So right now, the game will allow for up to 4 people to team up together and to take on these big and powerful bosses. Friends who are on each other's friends list can actually send each other these challenges as well to team up and take on these trials together.
Can you describe a little bit about the mechanics of combat for us?
So, in the footage we're seeing right now, this is a what we call a commission, and it's where you have a group of players and you take on a boss that you've already cleared in the story. And because in the story of the game, it follows the anime, and that means certain characters have to be in that specific story beat. But these raid bosses, these other challenge modes, what'll happen is you can take in any character you like to take on that same boss, and some people will be very intimately familiar with specific characters because they're very hard to fully master, and they'll get to express themselves in combat.
That's amazing. My final question, pre-registration is now open for the PC version on your official website. Will players be able to pre-register on mobile as well?
Yes, that will be coming soon. And I think we want this to be a very broad reach, right? So Crunchyroll is working with our friends at A+ and Perfect World to really push this as a global release. So we're starting with PC as the broadest reach, and then we'll follow up with mobile short after.
I'm honestly super excited for this. I have to say, Crunchyroll Games, Perfect World, this was a perfect match made in heaven. Terry, Kyong, I want to thank you both so much for joining me and answering all of my burning questions. Now, pre-register on OnePunchManWorld.com to get all of the latest news and become the ultimate hero when One Punch Man World arrives on PC, iOS, and Android later this year. Now, don't go anywhere. IGN San Diego Comic-Con 2023 coverage continues. Thank you all so much.